For years, studying abroad has been a cherished dream for countless Indian students. Countries like Canada, the United Kingdom, and Australia has long been popular destinations, offering high-quality education and promising career opportunities. But recently, a dark cloud has formed over these dreams. Changing policies, rising costs, and tightening visa regulations are making it increasingly difficult for Indian students to pursue their education abroad. I am Ruti Athri and you're watching TimesXP. Now here let me give you an example. Seema Lal, an assistant professor from renowned college in Dehradun, still dreams of returning to Canada. After spending 10 years there conducting research, her return to India 7 years ago due to a family crisis left her yearning for a life that she had built in Toronto. In a recent conversation, she said, once you have lived life abroad, especially in a place like Canada, it's actually hard to feel at home again in India. Now for Seema and countless others like her, the pull of countries like Canada, the United States, the UK and Australia is really strong. The higher quality of life, better pay and overall appeal of these nations make their dream destinations for many Indians. Now for students, foreign education has long been seen as a pathway to settling abroad, with the ultimate goal of gaining permanent residency. However, the landscape is changing rapidly and it's not easy as it was. The tightening of visa policy and declining approval rates are creating new obstacles for those planning to study abroad. And the number of student visas that are issued by the countries like Canada, US, Australia is actually decreasing, leaving many students and their families worried about their future. In fact, recent data shows that visa approval rates has actually dropped across the board. In the US, for example, F1 student visa approvals fell from 79% in 2019 to just 65% in 2022. Meanwhile, Canada, once a top destination for Indian students, has capped its student visa at 3,60,000 for 2024. That's a sharp 35% reduction as compared to the previous year. Now, if we are talking about Indian students, then the journey towards securing a student visa has become more complicated. Rising application fee, lengthy process time, and stricter immigration policy are now the norm. Now, countries like Canada and Australia are actually making it really hard for students to meet their financial requirements. With Canada now requiring proof of CAD 20,635 for living expense. That's actually double the previous amount. With this, visa process has also been slowed, with consulates facing staff shortage. With that, there are fewer available interview slots as well. Now, if we talk about the United States, where over 250,000 Indian students are currently enrolled in the universities, visa interview has become more competitive and difficult to secure. In fact, students now need to justify their choice of course and institution in greater detail, making the process far more challenging. Now, if we talk about the United Kingdom, then despite a high visa approval rate of 98%, has also introduced new restrictions, including limit on dependents for certain visas, which has left students reconsidering their long-term plan. Now, let's shift our focus to Australia. With a visa rejection rate of 15%, has increased its visa fee and tightens its immigration policy. Further, it is also complicating the path for Indian students. Now, as the visa restriction tightens in these traditionally popular destinations, Indian students are becoming to look elsewhere. Countries like Germany, Spain, Italy, and even Ireland are gaining popularity due to their more streamlined visa processes and affordable education option. In fact, Germany in particular has emerged as an attractive alternate with a strong visa approval rate of 90% and growing interest from Indian students. According to data from Study Portal, interest in countries like Canada, UK, Australia, and even US is actually steadily declining in 2024. By mid-year, Canada and UK saw a drop of over 25% in student interest, while Australia interest fell by nearly 18%. But yes, we can't say exactly the same for the United States much because the popularity is still there. But yeah, in contrast, countries like Germany is actually seeing a rise in popularity, with students seeking more accessible opportunities over there. Now, for Indian students and their families, the dream of studying abroad remains really strong. But the path to achieving the dream is becoming more difficult. With visa policies changing and traditional destinations becoming less accessible, students are exploring new opportunities in other parts of the world. Now, the shift in global education trend is reshaping the future for many. As they navigate the complexity of securing a spot in their desired country, the dream of a better life abroad still exists. But the road to get there is no longer as clear as it was. For more such videos, do follow TimesXP.